It's that time again. That's right. Everybody's got a Cigar of the Year list. The top 10, top 20, top 23. 2023, the list, right? And I got to tell you, out of all the lists that you can watch, mine is the most important. Mine is the deciding factor. Mine is the penultimate. Mine is the concrete bedrock fact that if I said the cigar is great, then you're going to smoke it and they're going to sell millions of them because everybody listens to what I say because I have the perfect palate. No. No. The only list that really matters to me is your list, right? You're smoking it. It's your palate. You're enjoying it. You're affording it. It's your personal luxury time. And what you like is what you smoke, and what you smoke is what you like. At least that's the way I think it should be. So why do I do a list? Well, I'll tell you why. Because I just want everybody to be my friend. No, because well, I do want people to be my friend. But the reason why is because I think it has a level of entertainment. I think it's kind of interesting. And also, if you've got a cigar reviewer, a guy or gal, and their palate aligns with yours, maybe they've smoked something you haven't been able to get your hands on. And this may give you the opportunity to say, hey, I'm going to buy a 3-pack, 5-pack, or a single or something and give it a shot. Maybe go box deep on it and give it a try. And so that's pretty cool, right? That's a pretty good, cool list. Now, for Charlie, for anybody else who doesn't want to hear all the waxing eloquent in between, I am going to read my list 23 to 1 at this timestamp right here. Boom. Hopefully my editing will catch that. Some people use lists to combine them together, and in doing that they have to watch Charlie's videos. I just don't think it's cool for them that they have to do it, watch all the video. So I get it. So I just kind of put that timestamp there. So if you don't want to hear me a little talk, you can just click to that and see. But if you're here, why not be here? By the way, I'm smoking this Villiger Edition Limitada 2022. This just missed the list. The list is 23 cigars. It just missed. And so I was thinking, what cigar do I smoke off the list? If I smoke the number one cigar, then you're already going to know. And it's kind of like, you find out if the hero and the villain dies at the beginning of the movie. It just kind of makes you why you want to watch. So I'm just smoking this, and it's tasty, right? I have had a great year this year. And the channel had a great year this year. We got to go to Vegas and do PCA coverage for Drew Estate. We got to meet a lot of manufacturers. We got exposed appropriately to a lot of new cigars and new cigar manufacturers. Actually, 10 of these cigars on the list of 23 have come from first time smoked, first time seen at PCA, which is pretty amazing because it really exposed our palate to a bunch of great cigars, tons of great cigars. Made it very hard to do a list because most of them are number ones in their own right. It's just one little tweak or twist or my personal preference is what caused this list to be the way it is. I probably could have switched a couple, 3 or 4 from different numbers just because they were so close, and I just went the way I went because I got to put out a video. So number 23, it's from PCA. This is the Istanbul from Dali. His name is Daley, but he says Dali, and he's got an accent that's very funny. Great cigar. Great stories. Good smoke. Very mellow. Very, very balanced. On the light side, it's one of the few cigars that are on the light side that I really enjoyed. But I really did enjoy the cigar. I really, really did. So I put that on the list at 23. Number 22. All right, this one, the SP 1014 Black by Sanj Patel. I'll tell you what, that is totally opposite the Istanbul. It is in your face. It is aggressive, but it is balanced and it is delicious, and it is very budget friendly. Very, very budget friendly. Sanj has told me personally that he wanted to make an industry killer. He wanted to make a great cigar at a low price where people would just flock to it and get it. And I believe that's one of those cigars, and it made my list, so it must have some qualities inherent to what I like. 21, another PCA, small veteran-owned group called Founders, the Douglas Habano. Great story. They give back to veterans and stuff, but luckily it's not just a story. The cigars were good. Very well balanced, good full flavor. That Habano was full. It's almost like a Habano plus, and I really, really liked it. The band was well presented. The wrapper was nice and clean. So, um, really good cigar. Really good story. Which one? 20. All right, this is another PCA from Sacrificio Cigars, the Habano Lancero. Fantastic Lancero. They have four different blends, and they're different Vitolas as well. The gentleman who is basically the owner slash master blender came from nightclubs and spirit mixing. He's got lots of awards for making cocktails and things like that. And he took that flavor palette experience and put it in the cigars, and it was a good cigar. Um, Really nice, basic looking band, but it was worth puffing. That's for sure. Number 19. This is a pricey cigar, but it was good. The Siri M Miami by Cohiba. Red Dot Cohiba, right? Not Cuban Cohiba. It was a very good cigar. Very polished, very elevated, very elegant, but not boring or stuffy. I really, really enjoyed that cigar as well. Number 18. Been on my list many, many times. Still says on my list. I don't believe it would be my list if I put just brand new cigars on there or the new flash, the new fresh. If it's a cigar that's been on the list for 15 years, I don't care. I haven't been on 15 years, but if it's still good, it's still good. If it still meets, it still meets. It's got legs, is what I call it. It's going to make it. A good cigar. And that is the barrel fermented Pappy Van Winkle by Drew Estate. Now, I will smoke this thing regular, or I will flip it around and smoke it safari style and set fire to that Tapa Negra, which just gives so much unctuousness, so much dried cranberries, so much plums and raisins. Oh my gosh, that cigar is just amazing. Doesn't matter which way you smoke it. It just is good. All right, so number 17. This is another PCA release here. This was the West Tampa Red. It's a new release. Great stick. Not overwhelming. Doesn't scream for attention, but you find yourself really enjoying it. I find myself really enjoying it in between puffs as well. The finish was delicious and fantastic. Let's see. Number 16. This one right here, I'll tell you what, um, pipe tobacco, and it is phenomenal and famous. You can't get them in the stores. They fly off the shelves. It's ridiculous how hard it is to get these cigars, even though they're being made by Drew Estate all the time. And that's the Leather Rose. Love the shape, love the blend, that chocolate, that Dr. Pepper Cheerwine thing going on. It just gets me. Now, number 15, it's pipe tobacco as well, but it's a whole different vibe. The um the leather rose has that hip fresh get it kind of thing going on, I guess, and the Stillwell Star Aromatic number one is more of a genuinely smoked to me. Both of them work for me, but it really just feels like it's a grown up pipe tobacco. The aromatic really hits me. All the rest of them are great. I have not had the holiday 2023 series um, with the Connecticut Shade wrapper. I'm looking forward to getting me some of those, finding me some of those somewhere, and trying that out because I really would like to see what the expression of the pipe tobacco is on that lighter wrapper. But I haven't had it, so I can't put it on the list because I don't know how it tastes, but I bet it tastes good. So that was by Dunbarton Tobacco and Trust, the Stillwell Star Aromatic number one. Number 14. All right, this was a fantastic cigar. One of the cigars that is backed by a um, a star, a Hollywood star, a sports person, or something like that. And it really was a great cigar as well. It's not just the hype. And the personality behind it has been really promoting and pushing it, has really been doing his work and his due diligence. So that is the Knuckle Sandwich Habano. I love the Habano by Espinosa and Guy Fieri, right? Good cigar. Number 13, got this a PCA. A fantastic group of fellers, couple fellers, really just got together to make a difference in the serviceman's life, in the units, the special forces and the special units, the teams units. and it is the Operation Gothic Serpent by Houghton Young, and they actually have Operation Gothic Serpent 13 folds, which is a box that looks like a folded flag. That 13% of all proceeds go to veterans organizations, and I can stand behind and support that as well. And thank goodness the cigar tastes great, and it smokes a long time. Go pee first, because you're going to be there for a little bit and you ain't going to want to put it down. And mama get mad you go in the bathroom with a cigar in your mouth. Facts. All right, so 12. Fantastic. Now, I can just say one word, you'll know exactly what company, or a couple words, you know exactly what company I'm talking about. Metal cigar bands, right? It's the neatest thing. And it's cool. And I would buy a couple to keep in my humidor just because they look cool to show my friends. I would. But thank goodness the blends are just better than the bands. The bands are awesome. The stories are great. The blends are just beyond all that. So that's Barbarossa's Invasion by Adventura that I got to try the first time at PCA. The next one, excuse me, number 11, right before we break in the top 10. The next one is um, from an awesome fella that is blowing up everybody's lists. Fantastic. I got to try this the first time at PCA, and it is from Nick Melillo Foundation Cigars, the Matapa. I love that cigar. I really do. I haven't tried his whole new portfolio, but that one was amazing. I really liked it. Breaking into the top 10. Let me scroll up my list. I actually got fancy this year. Instead of having just little pieces of paper and notes, put up on the computer behind me so I can be just a little bit better, right? I mean, I look better, but I can be better. Number 10, first time I tried this was at PCA. Terrence and Fabian did me right by showing me this rare leaf by Aganorsa. Fantastic cigar. Fantastic. And the stories behind Aganorsa is really interesting. I wish I knew them off the top of my head so I could say them eloquently, but I just kind of know bits and pieces. So maybe one day we'll be able to sit down with them again and have more conversations. So number 9, I believe this has been on my list a couple times. This is the American by J.C. Newman. A fantastic cigar. The story about where they take everything, every part of that cigar, from the box to the cellophane to the bands to the ink on the bands to the hinges on the box to the binder, the filler, the wrapper, and everything is all from America. Is great and amazing. It's great and amazing. But the fact that the cigar tastes great and amazing, it's really great and amazing. I mean, it's an awesome cigar, and that's why it sat in that spot of number 9. Now, number 8. Ooh, this is the one that I was thinking of rocking all over the place. This one gave me a struggle as to where to put it, but I knew I was going to be putting on the list, and that is the Sober Mesa Brulee Blue by Dunbarton. Now, the Sober Mesa Elegante and Cedro has been on my list ever since I started the list. It's not on the list just this year, but it is so delicious. And then when they came out with the brulee, it just rocked my world. And the brulee blue, it just, oh my gosh. And so it's just gotten better and better and better. And that brulee blue, it's fantastic. It's just got a tingle. It's just so good. That's number 8. Number 7, good cigar. And I'd like to say I had a part in making it. That's right. This is the Cinco de Cinco by Joya de Nicaragua. What do I mean by I had a hand in making it? They took it when you go down there on tour, you get to blend. You get blend sheets and you can make your own cigars. They make you 10 cigars of your personal private blend. And so what they did was they took all those blend sheets, they put them together, and they figured out what the most requested tobacco was for binder, fillers, and wrapper. And they made that cigar. And that cigar is the Cinco de Cinco. And boy, I tell you, I did a good job because that thing is number 7. Now, number 6. Ooh, talk about a cigar with a purpose that tastes good. Oh, my. Mm. Number 6. The Red Meat Lover's Beef Stick by Dunbarton Tobacco and Trust. Evan Darnell is amazing. He does great things, great philanthropy. They have meetings, MEATINGS, all over the place, but they do it for a cause to help people, from groups and organizations to just individuals who need a little bit of help. And it's amazing to see their work, and the fact that he got with Steve Saka and said, "Hey, I want something great to go with steak." They actually did some tastings with different steaks and smoking cigars. Boy, I wish I would have been there for that. But it has paid off because this stick is phenomenal. And now it has gone national. It is an open, you don't have to go get it from one shop or something like that. I mean, it has been so good that it has exploded across the world because everybody wants it. And this beef stick is fan-dang-tastic. I saw that the first time at PCA, smoking it with Steve Saka. Number 5. Ooh, man. See, this is why I just go with blends instead of Vitolas, because I could have had 3 Vitolas just off of this cigar. Just off this cigar, I could have 3 different Vitolas, and that is Drew Estates H99. I love me some H99. That flavor that just punches you in the face and just, you say, "Thank you, man, I have another." I could smoke them back to back to back to back as long as I'm eating something, because it will put you back in your seat. But fantastic cigar. Fantastic cigar. The new pigs, the Lancero, the Phineas Gage, and then the other blends, or the other Vitolas, man, it's good stuff. It's good stuff, good stuff. Now, number 4. All right. This one blew my mind. This one was gosh, from the box to the presentation to the history lesson to the feeling of just something out of this world that was just indescribable, other than just saying, "Wow, this is good." And that was Foundation's Senator. That thing. Now you got a price point on that. Don't playing on your phone. Don't play Farmville or whatever on your phone. You're smoking the cigar. Give the cigar the attention it deserves. Um, it is an amazing cigar, worth the attention. And with a price point like that, you really need to pay attention to it and get every penny out of it you can. Fantastic, fantastic cigar. This cigar, number 3. As soon as I smoked it, got a PCA. Didn't even have an interview with the guy. We were walking around the back end of PCA on the edges, where all the small booths were, just trying to get to our next appointment. We did like 28 interviews in those few days. Every hour we had an interview, and we were booking between. And this guy stopped and said, "Hey, I see you have a camera and microphone." I said, "Yeah." Looking at Steven. And he goes, "You media?" I said, "Yeah, we are." And he said, "Will you interview us?" I said, "Okay." I looked up on the wall at the logo, and it's just this big, funky, just out there logo. And I'm like, I'm being honest. It's gonna be a good cigar, but I tell you what, that we need to get that logo on the backdrop, because that logo will draw attention, because it's just funny. It's funny. And as I started talking to the guy, who was just a circus amongst himself, he was so entertaining. And then his partner came in, and he was even more entertaining. I didn't have to talk. I just shut up and let him do his thing. But as I was shutting up, smoking the cigar, I knew that this cigar was going to be a sleeper, that this cigar was going to be something that when people got a hold of it, it was going to rock their world. And that is the El Pulpo by Artesano del Tobacco. I think AJ Fernandez makes it, and it is amazing. It is, and I've seen it's on the list. It's on people's lists. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I feel like I broke the news on it, because nobody was interviewing them people back there, because he was back in the back. But I tell you what, that thing is amazing, 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 amazing. So I got that at PCA for the first time. That's the last one that I had from PCA. And if number 3 is that good, my goodness, what is number 2? We'll be right back after these commercials. I don't have any commercials. But if you'd like to sponsor commercials for next year's 2023, reach out to Bob the Cigar Guy, rgfinley@gmail.com, rgfinley70@gmail.com, and we'll set you up with commercials. No, we won't. So I will just be trying to make this interesting because we've been talking for 20 minutes, but we're almost done. Number 2, this thing almost didn't make the list because I was like, all the cigars need to be obtainable. I can't tell you one of the cigars on the list is something that was made 15 years ago that you can't buy, right? That's not fair. That's not fun. Wouldn't even put Cubans on there because you can't get Cubans, really. You can't just order Cubans and get them. I mean, there's ways, but it's not an easy thing. But this cigar, you could order it, even though it was not meant for America. If you lived under a rock, you don't know what cigar I'm talking about, but I bet you know that I am talking about the Liga 10 Selección de Mercado by Drew Estate International. That thing is amazing. It is fantastic, and it even blew me away even more because I got to have the Savage Feast Vitola in that cigar and compare it to the Savage Feast of the Liga 10 Aniversario. But the Liga 10 Aniversario Selection de Mercado, Drew Estate International. It is an international release, and boy, it is a release that the world needs to have. And yes, we can get it here. We just have to order it through different things. I don't know how to do it. I couldn't tell you how to do it anyway because I'm not allowed to do that. So, number 1. You put this down because I'm going to smoke number 1. Why? Because I have it and because it's my favorite smoke. This one right here. Oh my gosh. Hit the scenes quick. Blew up fast, and I see why. Delicious, delicious, delicious. Um, what would I say? Um, Two different people got together and did it. They created this thing. They worked together in a I forget the word. It starts with a C. Oh, I hate when I do that. Collaboration. There it is. Collaboration. So this is a collaboration between Cigar Dojo and Dunbarton Tobacco and Trust. That is right. This is a Sober Mesa Brulee Blue Wagashi. Wagashi show is good. This thing right here. I love the Brulee Blue. I love the Sober Mesa. I love the Sober Mesa Brulee. I do. But this is just a little less than the blue and a little more than the Sober Mesa. It really fits that gap. Now, could I replace this with the Sober Mesa or the Sober Mesa Blue? Maybe kind of possibly. There's a good chance. But this one just because it's partially new. I've earned that thing. I think because it's partially. Ooh, it's so good. Oh, sweet. Georgia Brown. That thing's good. It just. It hugs your esophagus. It just leaves such a mild sweetness. It leaves such a creaminess. And then there's just a little bit of spicy pepperiness rolling around in there. That's making an irritating noise. I put the footband on top, right, because I couldn't burn the footband on the bottom. So that's it. I'm gonna roll through this list one more time, and then because I said I would. What time is it? 23:39. Okay. So the 2023 cigar list of the cigar of the year list is 23 Istanbul by Daly. 22 is SP 1014 Black by Sanj Patel. 21 is the Douglas Habano by Founders. 20 is Sacrificio Habano Lancero. 19 is Siri M Miami by Cohiba. 18 is the Barrel Fermented Pappy Van Winkle by Drew Estate. 17 is the West Tampa Red. 16 is Leather Rose by Drew Estate. 15 is Stillwell Star Aromatic No. 1 by Dunbarton Tobacco and Trust. And I must cough. Hang on just a second. All right, 14 is the Knuckle Sandwich Habano by Espinosa. 13, Operation Gothic Serpent Hooten Young. 12, Barbarossa's Invasion by Adventura. 11, Matapa Foundation by PCA. 10, Rare Leaf Aganorsa. 9, American JC Newman. 8, Sober Mesa Brulee Blue Dunbarton Tobacco and Trust. 7, Cinco de Cinco Joya de Nicaragua. 6, Red Meat Lovers Beef Stick by Dunbarton Tobacco and Trust. 5, Golden Ring. Sorry, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's not 5 golden rings. 5 is the H99 by Drew Estate. 4 is the Senator Foundation. Now that song is in my head. 3 is the El Pulpo by Artesano del Tabaco. 2 is the Ligaten Selection de Mercado by Drew Estate International. Number 1 is the Sober Mesa Brulee Wagashi Show is Good by Cigar Dojo and Dunbarton Tobacco and Trust. There's your list. Now you got it. Leave me a comment. Tell me what your list is, your top 5, your top 10. I would love to know. Great budget sticks, high price sticks, last stick you ever want to smoke. Anything you want to do like that, I'd love to read the comments, and I will comment back. Why? Because I have no life. And, well, reality, I have a lot of life, but I enjoy this being part of my life, and I enjoy you being part of my life. And if you don't remember anything about this list, remember this. You are number 1 on my list because you are awesome. That's right. You make the world a better place. Stay here as long as you can. You deserve love, and you have love to give. Stay around and make a difference. I mean that. I hope you smoke great cigars this year. I hope every one is better than the last one, and there's never one that's not as great. I hope so. I hope so. I hope so. What I hope for you, I hope for me. So that's it. Bob the Cigar Guy saying smoke easy and semper fi. Later, tater. Bye-bye.